application part of pronouns. In our last session, we discussed pronouns. So what do you mean pronoun? Pronoun is a word which is used for noun. Why to use a word? In order to avoid the repetition of the word, right? In order to avoid the repetition of the noun, we use pronoun. Now, let us see the application part. We have also discussed the types of pronouns and their usage. Now let us discuss the application part. So we have seen two sentences in application part, that is, one should respect one's country, and the second one is the committee discussed the pros and cons of the argument without leaving their seats, because here they are divided, pros and cons. Now let us see the third one. The next sentence here is the chairman and managing director of Crisco company will launch their new venture soon. The chairman and managing director of Crisco company will launch their new venture soon. Here, what is the subject? The chairman and the managing director. So, what is the verb? Will launch. Their will launch is the verb. Here, the subject is chairman and managing director, and the verb is will launch, which is in future tense. And their new venture soon is the object. Now, the subject, the chairman and managing director, is it singular or plural? Is the subject singular or plural? How many persons do we have here? The chairman and managing director, one or two? The answer is one. Why? Here you can see the chairman and managing director, but why we are saying it as one? Because remember this rule, if there is only one article, before two nouns connected by conjunction end, if two nouns are connected with end and only one article is there, that means only one person. That means the chairman is also managing director. For example, look at this one. If there are two different articles before two nouns connected by end, if there are two different articles before two nouns connected by end, like article 1 and article 2 before two nouns, that means there are two different persons. So if only one article is there, it means one person. If two different articles are there, it means two different persons. Now, how many articles do we have here? The chairman and managing director. There is only one article here, that is the. That means if only one article is there, it means only one person. One person means subject is singular. When subject is singular, we learn when subject is singular, the verb and the pronoun in objective case must be singular. If subject is plural, the verb and the pronoun will be plural. I hope this is clear to you. So now, if you look at the sentence, the chairman and managing director of Crisco company will launch. Verb is in future tense. In future tense, singular and plural are same. But here there is a pronoun which is in plural, but our subject is singular. We require a singular pronoun. That means replace their with his. The chairman and managing director of Crisco company will launch his new venture soon, because there is only one person. The person is chairman and managing director. He is holding two positions. Now look at this example. The collector and the district magistrate. How many people? Only one article. That means only one person is planning to make this district a model district. Look at this. The politician and poet. How many persons do we have? The politician and poet. Only one person. So is no more. The politician and the poet. How many people? Look at this. The politician, one. The poet, two. There are two different articles. That means there are two different persons. That's why we have used plural verb are. The principal and the English teacher. How many? Only one article, one person has given a thought-provoking lecture. The secretary and the correspondent. How many people here? The secretary and the correspondent. So two different articles means two different persons. So previous class recording is not available. Please resolve them. Sure, we will check out later. Karthikeyan, let us focus today in this application path. So this is clear. Only one article before two nouns connected by and. Only one article is there. That means only one person. If two different articles before two different nouns connected by and, it means two different people. So based on this, try to identify the correct number of subject, whether it is singular or plural. Now let's see the next sentence. Look at this one. Every doctor and every nurse got their dress ready. Every doctor and every nurse got their dress ready. Now this is our subject, every doctor and every nurse. Is the subject singular or plural? Is our subject singular or plural? Every doctor and every nurse. Is it a singular subject or plural subject? Anyone? Here, subject is every doctor and every nurse. Verb is got. They dress ready is object. Now, our subject, is it singular or plural? Now, let me remind you about the distributive pronouns. What are distributive pronouns? Distributive pronouns indicate one at a time. The pronouns which refer to one person or a thing at a time are called distributive pronouns. We have discussed a few distributive pronouns like each, every, either, neither, any, none, right? So these distributive pronouns, when they are connecting two or more nouns, remember, they indicate one at a time. So every doctor and every nurse and every patient, how many everys you added, or how many times you have taken, like every student, teacher, and parent. So how many nouns you added or how many everys you added? Remember, distributive pronouns indicate one at a time. That means our subject is singular. When subject is singular, verb must be singular and the pronoun must be singular. Here verb is in past tense. Get, got, or gotten. Now in past tense, it is same for singular and plural, right? Now look at the next one, object. In object we have a pronoun and the pronoun must be singular. So what is a singular pronoun? You can use his because it is possession, or you can also talk like this, his or her dress ready. Is that clear? So distributive pronouns indicate one at a time. So one at a time in the sense they're always singular and they take singular verb and a singular pronoun. Now look at these examples. Every MLA and every MP, again singular, got his resignation ready. Everyone in the hamlet, singular, has cast his vote, singular, has his. Each member in the committee, singular, has prepared his list of things to do. Everyone in this group or in the group has participated well and left his mark behind. So remember, whenever we use distributive pronouns always indicate one at a time. Hence, the verb should be singular and the pronoun, if there is any in the sentence, must be singular. Now let's see the next one. Raju, I and you have followed IPL matches. Raju, I and you have followed IPL matches. So what is the error in this sentence? Now let us identify the subject. Raju, I and you. Right? That is subject. Have followed is verb. IPL matches is object. Now, what is the error in this sentence? Raju, I, and you. You can see here, there are three persons in a single sentence. We have first person, second person, third person, right? Raju, third person. I, first person. You, second person. So, if three persons are used in a sentence, what should be the order? If all the three persons are used in a sentence, what should be the order of their usage? Let us learn that. See, I tell you one thing, English not only teaches you grammar, grammar not only teaches you the rules, but it also teaches the manners. So we know give respect and take respect is a saying in English, not take respect and give respect, right? So keep that in mind. So when we are talking something in positive sense and we are using singular pronouns, positive sense with singular pronouns, remember the order must be second person, give preference to the person who is there with you. Second person, third person, the person who is not there with you and whom you are talking about, and first person. You have to take the credit at the end. So remember, when we are talking something in positive sense and the pronouns are in singular, the order must be second person, third person, and first person. See, you should not take the credit first. You have to give respect to the second person. You, third person. He, first person. And I. You, he, and I are selected for the job interview. See here, you, he, and I take credit at the end. Now, what if the sense is negative and the pronouns are in singular? If it is a negative sense and the pronouns are in singular, then remember, we have the habit of passing the bucks to others. I mean, blaming others, right? See, you might have remembered this childhood scene of you and your sibling fighting with each other, and if you or she or he broke something, and immediately when your parent came to you, what did you do? He, no, she, no, he, she. You always pass the buck, but you are no more a kid. So, as an adult, remember if something is your mistake, if something is done in a group where you also one of the reasons for that, remember you have to take the blame first. I, who is there with you, you, who is not there with you, and he are to be blamed for this. So the order should be first person, second person, and third person. When it is negative, I, second person, you, third person, and he are to be blamed for this. What if the pronouns are in a plural? Here we have taken singular pronouns. What if the pronouns are in plural sense? For plural, for both positive and negative, The order is for both positive and negative. The order is first person, second person, and third person. Why? Why it should be so? Because with you, there are some more people, not just you. There are some other people with you. So you have to give priority for them also, not only blaming. When you got some credit, you have to give priority for them also. We, you, and they. Either for positive or negative, it is same. You should not give the blame or the credit when you are in plural sense, because there are some other people with you. So we, you, and they are to be blamed for this. Or you can say we, you, and they are the winners of so and so, whatever it is. I hope it is clear to you. So now, based on that sense and the order, look at this. Raju, I, and you have followed IPL matches. Is the sense positive or negative? Is it giving any negative sense or positive sense? There is no negative sense. That means you have to take it in positive sense. In positive sense, the order is second person, third person, and first person. That means you, third person, Raju, and first person, I. You, Raju, and I have followed IPL matches. I hope it is clear to you guys. So remember this order. You, Raju, and I have followed IPL matches. Now look at these examples. He and I are cousins. When there is no other person, like if there are only two persons, instead of three persons, if there are only two persons, you can go with the order, same order, but without the person. For example, if there are only second and first persons, then this is the order. If there are only third and first person, this is the order. If there are only second and third persons, this is the order. Even though there is the absence of one person, the order doesn't change. The order is same. So here we have only third person and first person. There is no second person. That means third and first. So he and I are cousins. You, he, and I have been selected for the job interview. You, Gokul, and I were in the selection panel last year. You, Pillai, and I work hard to live up to the expectations of our teachers and parents. I hope it is clear to you. This is the order for three persons or two persons. Positive, negative, singulars, positive, negative, plurals. Now let's move on to the next sentence. If you have any doubt, please let me know through your comments. Now look at this. No friend will come to your party but I. No friend will come to your party but I. So what is the error here? No friend is subject, will come to your party. Will come is verb to party but I. No friend will come to your party but I. This is the object. Now, you can see there is but. So what is the parts of speech of but? Generally, we consider but as conjunction. Generally, but is considered conjunction, right? But here it is not a conjunction. Then what is it? Means in this given sentence, but is used as preposition with the meaning of except. Here, but is used as a preposition with the meaning of except. No one will come to your party except. Right? Now, I'll give you a thumb rule. Whenever you're connecting to nouns or to clauses or to sentences or to phrases, you use conjunction. Suppose you're connecting to nouns. Nouns can be replaced by pronouns. So that means when you're connecting two pronouns with a conjunction, the pronouns can be either in subjective case or in objective case. They can be either in subjective case or in objective case. But preposition, remember, if there is a pronoun after preposition, remember, the pronoun must be always in objective case. That means preposition is always followed by objective case pronouns, not subjective case pronouns. And another simple reason, it is an object, so we require objective case pronoun. That means you have to replace this I with me. No friend will come to your party but me. Me is the objective case. I told you two things. It is an objective case, so we have to use objective case pronoun. Another thumb rule, conjunction can connect pronouns in subjective case or in objective case. But after preposition, it must be always objective case pronoun. So look at these examples. There will be no one turning up for the circus but me. No one will accompany to Gita Mandir but Gita. Here we have used noun. It's not a problem. All the police personnel left for Gujarat for training but Sangamitra. Here again noun. Everyone left the place but him. See, pronoun. After but we have to use objective case. So it should be him. I hope it is clear to you guys. So do remember, after preposition, it should be always objective case, not subjective case. So this is clear to you. So remember, in English, one word can act as different with different meanings. They can act as different parts of speech. It can be a noun, it can be an adjective, it can be a verb and adjective. So here, but we all know it as only as conjunction. But is not just a conjunction. It can also act as preposition. And here the meaning of but is except. Right? Now let's see the next sentence. He absented from the class. Who absented? He. Whom did he absent? Did he absent you? Did he absent me? No. Whom did he absent? Whom? Himself. You see here? Action was done and received by the same person. He absented. Whom did he absent? Himself. See? When action done and received by the same person, we discussed which pronouns do we require to use? When action done and received by the same person, we must use what type of pronouns? Reflexive pronouns, right? So remember, I'm giving you some list of verbs which are always followed by reflexive pronouns when they are used reflexively. Absent, pride, acquit, eval, apply, forget, resign, enjoy, overreach, etc. are the verbs which are always followed by reflexive pronouns when they are used reflexively. So the answer should be he absented himself from the class. Remember, when we are using reflexive pronouns are placed after the verb and emphatic pronouns are placed before the verb. So here we have reflexive pronoun, hence himself must be placed after the verb absented. Now look at some more examples. He prides himself upon his patriotism. So here you can see who prides he. Whom did he pride? Himself. So he prides himself upon his patriotism. Next, Rajesh acquitted himself brilliantly in the exams. Who acquitted? Rajesh. Whom did he acquit? Himself. We want to avail ourselves of the scheme. They enjoyed themselves during the train journey. Who enjoyed? They. Whom did they enjoy? Themselves. So remember these list of verbs. These verbs when used reflexively, you must use reflexive pronoun after them. Now let's see next one. Prakash and myself have decided to take part in social service. So who? Prakash and myself is the subject. Have decided to take part in social service. Now look at the subject again. Prakash and myself. Just now I told you, when do we use reflexive pronouns? When action done and received by the same person. Right? Now, Prakash and myself. Any action received? No. See, many people use reflexive pronouns unnecessarily and improperly. It is inappropriate to use reflexive pronoun instead of a personal pronoun. We require a personal pronoun here. See, very simple thing, when in interview the question is asked like, tell me about yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to start myself is wrong. You're not reflecting the action, right? So remember, you should never start with myself is kind of thing. You always use personal pronoun. I am, right? Do remember, instead of personal pronouns, many people are using reflexive pronouns. That is inappropriate and grammatically it is wrong. So replace myself, which is a reflexive pronoun, with a personal pronoun. So myself is first person, right? Reflexive. So we require a first person personal pronoun. So what is the first person personal pronoun? I. So, Prakash and I have decided to take part in social service. So, remember this one. Look at these examples. Rana and I went to the exhibition. He and I would meet the boss. Kirtana and Kirti are acrobats. Sita and Geeta are acquaintances. So, do remember, in subjective case, we must generally use personal pronoun unless we give any kind of possession, right? We should never use reflexive pronouns or objective case pronouns in subjective case. So keep that in mind. Reflexive pronouns are used only when action done and received by the same person, when action is reflecting upon, but not every time like this. So use only personal pronouns. Now let's see the next sentence. Either of the two roads lead to Bangalore. How many? Either of the two roads. How many roads we are talking about? Either, neither, each, every, any, none. These are all distributive pronouns. There we have discussed the uses of either. Either talks about one of, either talks about one of two, right? So how many roads? Two roads. How many roads we are mentioning? One out of two. Either of the two roads. That means subject is singular. When subject is singular, verb must be singular, right? Here verb lead. Is it singular? No, it is plural. Why? Because if we add yes to a noun, noun becomes plural. For example, book plus yes, books. So books are plural. But if you add yes to a verb, verb becomes singular. That is look plus s, looks. Is a singular verb which is used only for third person singular in simple present tense. Right, guys? So here lead, is it singular now? If S is there, it is singular. If S is not there, ultimately it is plural. So we require a singular verb. Replace lead with leads. One of two. That means we are talking about only one. One. So one road leads to Bangalore. There are two roads, but two roads doesn't lead to Bangalore. Only one in these two, either this or this. Only one in those two leads to Bengaluru. Right? Now look at this one. Either of the choices. How many? One of two. Fix the answer. Singular. Neither of the cats. How many? Neither indicates 0 of 2. That means not even 1. That means again singular. Runs fast. Each of the boys. How many? One at a time. So gets a prize. Every one of the team. How many? One at a time. Receives a medallion. So do remember, guys. So singular subject requires singular verb. Singular verbs generally end with letter S in simple present tense. So I hope it is clear. If anyone got any doubts, please let me know. So now let's move on to the next. Look at this one. The scientist which received the honorary award delivered an inspiring message. What the subject here? The scientist. Is scientist a person or thing or animal? Scientist, we know, is a person. So can we use which for person? If you remember relative pronouns, what are relative pronouns? The pronoun which relates some other information with the noun that comes before, right? So what are those relative pronouns? We have discussed a few relative pronouns like who, whom, that, which, whose, where, when, why, etc. Who is used for? Only persons. Whom? Only persons, but in objective case. Now, that we use for persons and things. Which things and animals. And whose persons, things, and animals when we give possession. Right? Now, which is used for things and animals? Is scientist a thing or animal? No, neither of them. So we have to replace this which with an appropriate relative pronoun to indicate the person. So what is for person? Who. The scientist who received the honorary award delivered an inspiring message. So here scientist is a person, so we require who for persons. Now look at these examples. The terrorist who was involved in a shootout was brutally killed by the public. So terrorist is a person, so who. The cobra which swallowed a sheep was stationary. Which swallowed? Cobra. Cobra is a snake, of course, animal. So for animals, which? This is the girl whose dance is good. Whose dance? The girl's. We are giving possession. So whose? The house that you saw is a historical landmark. What is that? The house that persons and things. This is a picture whose colors are good. Whose colors are good? The picture's possession. So do remember, relative pronouns must be used appropriately. We have different relative pronouns for different things. For persons, things, animals, we have different things. So do mind them. Now let's see the next one. The women demanded her rights. The women demanded her rights. Here what the subject? The women. What's the verb? Demanded. Object, her rights. Now, what is the error in this sentence? You can answer it. So, is our subject singular or plural? The women. So, the women is obviously a plural one. Women, woman, women, men. So, it is a plural subject. When the subject is plural, verb must be plural. Here, verb is in past tense, demanded. In past tense, both are same, right? But here you see, we have her. Her is a singular, but we require plural. So replace her with their. Plural subject requires plural verb and a plural pronoun. Look at this. The sons demanded their property. So sons, plural, their property. The women are planning to get back the deposited money. Women, plural, or planning. The men are worried about their business prospects. Men, plural, are their, plural. The man in dejected mood is worried about his ailing mother. The man, singular. So, is singular, his singular. So, remember, singular subject requires singular verb and singular pronoun. Plural subject requires plural verb and plural pronoun. Now, look at the next. Either Raju or Ravi has followed their rigorous routine. Either Raju or Ravi has followed their rigorous routine. So here you can see we have either or. No, this is not a pronoun. Either, neither, those are pronouns, distributive pronouns or indefinite pronouns. But here we have a pair, either or. So what is this? Let me give you a brief information about this. See, in conjunctions, we have four types. In that, one is correlative conjunctions. We discuss again, but as there is a concept here, let me give you some information. So we have correlative conjunctions. I'm giving you just 4 points about correlative conjunctions. One, correlative conjunctions are always used in pairs. Correlative conjunctions are always used in pairs. So what are those pairs? Look at this. Either or, neither, nor, not only, but also, both, and, whether, or, so, that, etc. There are many of those. Now, third thing, correlative conjunctions are always followed by same parts of speech. Correlative conjunctions are always followed by same parts of speech. Remember that. And correlative conjunctions follow principle of proximity. Correlative conjunctions follow principle of proximity. So what is this principle of proximity? Let me tell you. When two nouns, let us call noun 1 and noun 2, are connected by these correlative conjunctions, what should be the verb and what should be the pronoun? So that is what we discuss under this. When two nouns, let us call noun 1 and noun 2, are connected by correlative conjunctions, what should be the pronoun and what should be the verb? So that is what we are going to discuss, how they should be. Now, let's see what they should be. If two nouns, noun 1 and noun 2, are connected by correlative conjunctions, like first noun is singular and second noun is singular. I'm taking different cases. In case 1, first noun is singular and second noun is also singular. In such cases, the verb should be singular or plural. Means, according to principle of proximity. What do you mean by proximity? Nearby, closeness, right? According to principle of proximity, the verb agrees with its nearest noun. What is the nearest noun for that? Only two nouns are there. That is noun 2. That means if noun 2 is singular, verb must be singular. If verb is singular, obviously pronoun will be singular. So singular noun requires singular verb and singular pronoun. So if first noun is singular and second noun is singular, verb must be singular and pronoun must be singular. All right. Now, if first noun is plural and second noun is also plural, then obviously the verb will be plural and the pronoun will be plural. So is that clear? Now, if is this case, first noun is singular and second noun is plural, then verb must be plural and the pronoun will be plural, because when verb is plural, pronoun will be definitely plural. That is our third case. But what if the first noun is plural and the second noun is singular? Then verb will be singular only in the absence of pronoun. If pronoun is not there, then only verb will be singular. What if there is a pronoun? Then both the verb and the pronoun will be plural. So this is the exceptional case. So is that clear, guys? So this is very important principle of proximity. Do remember, you can face at least one question in your examinations. So we have to check with these 4 points. Are they used in pairs? Is the pair correct? Followed by same parts of speech. Principle of proximity. Now let's go back to your sentence. Either Raju or Ravi. Either Raju or Ravi. So either or pair. Pair is correct. Okay. Followed by same parts of speech. Either followed by Raju. Raju is a noun. Here this is noun 1. Ravi is also a noun. Noun 2. Okay. Followed by same parts of speech. Correct. Now fourth one. Either or, okay, connected by noun 1, noun 2, which are singulars, right? So when two nouns are singular, the verb must be singular, and when verb is singular, the pronoun must be singular. But what is given here? Their, which is a plural pronoun. So replace their with his, because we require singular pronoun. So either Raju or Ravi has followed their rigorous routine. Now look at these examples. Either Suresh or Ramesh, singular, singular. So singular verb and singular pronoun, has maintained his tempo. Neither Subhash nor Rama, singular, singular, has returned to his native place. Either the poet or the novelist, singular, singular, was sacrificing his profession. Neither Tina nor Seema, singular, singular, so has voiced her opinion. So remember this principle of proximity and correlative conjunctions. So we discuss in conjunctions in detail, but actually we have to know the concept in order to answer this. Why it should be singular means that is the rule. Principle of proximity, because they are connected with correlative conjunctions. Now look at the next one. You who loves visiting different places will never think of staying at one place. What is subject here? you. Right? Guys, here is a question for you. Is you singular or plural? You is singular or plural? Answer it now. So is you singular or plural? Swapna told it as singular. Okay. Any other? Is it singular or plural? See, guys, I already told you grammar not only teaches us the rules, it also teaches the manners. As I told the saying in English, give respect and take respect. You generally we discussed can be either singular or plural, but whenever we are using it in a sentence, remember this you dash a student. You dash students. What is to be filled in the first blank and what is to be filled in the second blank? Is it singular verb or plural verb? So, fast. You dash a student. In the first sentence, we have to fill with what? In the second sentence, we have to fill it with what? Singular or plural? You dash a student. You dash students. Is it singular or plural? In the first sentence. Anyone? Yes, Swapna. First one is, second one are. Any other? So, boys, Kartikeya and the other boys, please do answer. So, what is in the first one? What is in the second one? The answer is you are a student, you are students. In both the sentences, the answer is are. Why? Can we say you is my friend? No, you are my friend. Can you say you is a student? No, you are a student. You are students. Why? I told you in English you have to give respect and take respect, right? So we should give respect to the second person whom we are speaking. So remember, in English, second person in the sentence must be always treated as plural. Is that clear? So our subject is plural. You in a sentence is always plural. You cannot be singular in sentence. So subject is plural, verb must be plural. And if there is a pronoun, it also should be plural. Now, loves, is it singular or plural? We discuss if a verb ends with es, it is singular. That means we require plural, that is love. You who love visiting different places will never think of staying at one place. Why? Because subject is plural. So verb must be plural. So remember, you is always plural in a sentence. You is always plural in a sentence. You cannot have singular you because give respect and take respect. Now look at this. You who love singing songs with passion can win many prizes. She who loves singing songs with passion can win many prizes. Look at this one. See, here we used singular verb loves because here we are talking about third person singular. She. So third person singular, we require singular verb loves. You who cry for money will never have contentment. You who post photos on the walls of Facebook expect many likes. Right? So that's about the second person. Do remember, guys, I told you the order if three persons are there, first, second, and third person. And here with second person, the verb must be always plural because you is always plural in a sentence. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next one. Either the father or the daughters is caring for his books. Now, again, see, we got one more example from principle of proximity, the correlative conjunctions. Either or. Pair is correct. Either followed by the father, noun, or followed by the daughters, noun. Both are correct. Fine. Now we have to go to principle of proximity. According to the principle of proximity, the verb agrees with its nearest noun. Nearest noun is noun 2. Noun 2 is singular or plural? Daughters. It is plural. So require a plural verb and a plural pronoun. So replace is with are, his with their, because principle of proximity. So the right answer is either the father or the daughters are caring for their books. I hope you remember the principle of proximity. So let me show you that again. So according to the principle of proximity, the verb agrees with its nearest noun. If nearest noun is singular, verb must be singular. If nearest noun is plural, verb must be plural. So we have seen this case. First noun, either the father, singular, or the daughters, plural. So verb and the pronoun must be plural. Right? So look at some more examples. Either the chairman or the members have used their power to make it happen. See? Singular, plural. So plural verb and plural pronoun. Either Sharada, singular, or her friends, plural, were interested in using their Facebook account. Either Rama or his friends, singular, plural, have attended the party. I'm sure that neither the house nor its contents are for sale. So remember the principle of proximity and correlative conjunctions, and you can get the answer easily. Now let's see the next. Shravani and Sriramya like one another. So what kind of pronouns? What is the pronoun in the sentence? Let us identify subject, verb, and object. Shravani and Sriramya, subject, like, verb, one another, object. Right? Now, Shravani and Sriramya, they are nouns. Like is verb, one another. That is the pronoun. Right? What kind of pronoun is this one another? What kind of pronoun is this one another? We have discussed kinds of pronouns. So what kind of pronoun it is? It comes under reciprocal pronouns. We have only two reciprocal pronouns, if you remember. One is each other, the other one is one another. Now, each other is used for how many? Only two. One another is used for more than two. Now, how many people are there in the subject? Shravani, Sriramya. Only two. When two people are there, what we have to use? Each other. So replace this one another with each other. So the right sentence would be Shravani and Sriramya like each other. Look at this one. Rama and Ramna blamed each other. How many? Two. Rama, Ramna, and Ramu blamed one another. How many? Three, more than two. Shanmuka and Srimuki like each other. Two. Dhanunjay and his friends, more than two, teased one another. The six sisters, six, cheated one another. So remember reciprocal pronouns. We have only two reciprocal pronouns, each other, one another. Each other is for two, one another is for more than two. Right? Now let's see the next. Both Aarti and Kirti showed her love for her father. Generally, if we know both and is correlative conjunction pair, right? But there is an exception with that. Here is the exception. So when sentence started with both, if sentence starts with both, remember the verb and the pronoun must be always plural. Why? Because what do you mean both? Both means how many? Both means two. So that means the subject indicates two. So two is plural. So remember, even though it is correlative conjunction pair, it will not follow principle of proximity for the very reason both means two. Two is plural. So verb and the pronoun must be always plural. So both Aarti and Kirti showed, here verb showed is in past tense. In past tense, both singular and plural are same. So both Aarti and Kirti showed, we require plural here. Their love for their father. Two girls, so plural. Now look at this. Both Sharath and Sindhu, two, showed their interest in politics. Both Hari and Giri vacated their flats a fortnight ago. Both my sister and brother have submitted their resumes. Both India and America have shown their mettle in the field of space technology. Right? So remember, both means two. Hence, both is always followed by plural verb and plural pronoun. Right? Now let's see the next one. Neither of the ways are easy to follow. Again, so here we have correlative conjunction or a pronoun. Neither of the ways. Is there any pair? Neither nor. Do we? No, we don't have that. That means it is a pronoun. What type of pronoun? Distributive pronoun. So here how many we are talking about? Neither of the ways. Neither always indicate zero of two. Neither of the ways. Two ways are there, not even one. That means again it is singular. Hence we require singular verb. So replace are with is. So neither of the ways is easy to follow, not are. It should be singular. So is. Look at this. Neither of the books consists of more than 100 pages. Either of the bullets is easy to face. Two bullets are there, into only one because either indicates positive sense. Neither of the flowers smells sweet. Zero of two. Neither of the narrations was true. Zero of two. So remember this. So each, every, either, neither, any, and none indicate one at a time. So remember to use singular verbs. Now let's see the next. She's younger than I. She's younger than I. So many people consider it the right sentence, but it is not because this can be corrected in two ways. I already told you Conjunction connects the pronouns either in subjective case or in objective case. Right? Now, conjunction only connects words? No. Conjunction connects words or phrases or clauses or sentences. Right. Now, if you look at this, she is younger than I. So, she is younger is one part, than is a conjunction here, I is another part. Now, she is subject, is verb, younger than I. You can consider it as an object part, but you can also consider this as she's younger as one clause. So we require another clause because it connects two words or two phrases or two clauses or two sentences. That means here also we require a clause. Right? Or simply without considering the clause concept, take it as subject, verb and object concept. In both the cases, the sentence is wrong. That means you can use either object here, object of I is me, or use a clause instead of object. What is that? I am. So you can say she's younger than me or she's younger than I am because it becomes connection of two clauses. Here you can connect two clauses or here you can use objective case. In both the ways it is correct but not I. Right? Look at this one. Lata is taller than me or I am. I did not say that you're smarter than me or I am. You are busier than me. Kranti is lovelier than Haripriya. Here we have used nouns, there is no problem. But only with pronouns you should know what to use when. So here conjunction connects any two words, to phrases, or to clauses, or to sentences. So here you can consider this as clause and hence you require another clause. Or you can consider it as subject, verb and object position and then take object case, that is me. Now let's see the next. There are some exceptions to that rule. Let me talk about that exception. See, nominative case is nothing but subjective case, right? We have learned that nominative case is nothing but subjective case is used after the verbs with incomplete predication. Generally, we know the structure of the sentence: subject plus verb plus object. So this is the structure of the sentence. That means before verb it is subject, after verb it is object. This is what we all know. But there are some cases where we can use subjective case after the verb. What are those cases? There are only three cases where we use subjective case after the verb. Case 1, in imaginary condition, we discuss in if clause. In imaginary condition, we use to. In question tags, we use tree. In verbs with incomplete predication. So I'm now going to discuss this third case, that is verbs with incomplete predication. See, when the verb is not giving complete sense, that means incomplete predication. We know the classification of sentence based on primary analysis. We can classify the sentence into two parts. In demo class, we have already discussed in basic English. One, subject. Two, predicate. If the predicate is incomplete, in such cases, we can take subjective case instead of objective case. For example, it is, it is subject, is verb. Is it giving complete sense? No. It is what? He whom we are looking for. See, here we use subjective case. It is she who has taken the gadget. It is she who badmouthed her friend. Only with subjects and predicates we go with subjective case, because here the predication is incomplete. If the predication is complete, we use objective case only. Do remember, only three cases. One, imaginary condition, we discuss in future classes of if class. Two, question tags. You know question tags. After verb only we use that subjective case pronoun in tag part. Next, verbs with incomplete predication. Verbs with incomplete predication, here is what we have discussed. So it is and it was, generally when it is giving incomplete sense, followed by subjective case pronouns. I hope it is clear, guys. If it is not, please let me know. I will explain you one more time. So verbs with incomplete predication, remember, are followed by subjective case pronouns, not objective case pronouns. Now let's see the next. He bathed himself in the river. He bathed himself in the river. Who bathed? He. Whom did he bathe? Himself. Do we require to use reflexive pronoun there? No, I don't think so. Generally, we bathe. Whom do we bathe? Do you bathe someone else? Right? We do not bathe others. We bathe ourselves, right? So do not use reflexive pronouns unnecessarily. We should not use reflexive pronouns every time just like that. Remember, reflexive pronouns are used only when action reflected upon the doer, right? Here there is no action reflected upon the doer. It is very inappropriate to use reflexive pronouns in such cases because we do not bathe others. So remove these reflexive pronouns. I'm giving you the list of verbs where we do not use reflexive pronouns. They are bathe, feed, form, keep, lengthen, steal, break, burst, gather, hide, open, qualify, roll, enroll, stop, turn, etc. are the verbs which are not followed by reflexive pronouns because it looks absurd to use reflexive pronouns. For example, look at this. I opened the lock of the door with a secret key. But if you use reflexive pronoun, what it will be? I opened myself. You open yourself with a lock, the key. No, there is no secret key to open yourself. So I opened the lock, not open myself. Now look at this. She burst herself into laughter. She burst herself. No, it's so inappropriate. So she burst into laughter. She did not qualify herself for the final test. Can it happen? She wrote the exam, she corrected the exam paper, but she didn't qualify. Can it happen? No. So remember, she did not qualify for the final test. Don't use herself or something. Did you steal it from your owner? Can you say, did you steal yourself it? No. I have to keep it in a dry place. No, don't use I have to keep myself it in a dry place. No, it cannot be happen. So remember, so these verbs are never followed by reflexive pronouns because not required. Reflection is not required at all. So let's move on to the next. The officer as well as the clerks absented themselves from the office. The officer as well as the clerks absented themselves from the office. Now, if you look at this sentence, In this sentence, identify the subject. What is the subject here? The officer as well as the clerks. Here, I have to give you some more information. Now, let's see that. We discussed principle of proximity. According to principle of proximity, when two nouns are connected by correlative conjunction, the verb agrees with its nearest noun, right? Now, I'm talking something different than that principle of proximity, that is the conjunctions which denote subject as only first one. That's opposite to principle of proximity. What is that? If two nouns, noun 1 and noun 2, are connected with conjunctions like with, together with, along with, in addition to, as well as, including, except, etc. Remember, these conjunctions take the second noun as additional information. They take the second noun as additional information. That means only the first noun is considered subject. If first noun is singular, excuse me, the verb must be singular and the pronoun must be singular. If first noun is plural, the verb must be plural and the pronoun must be plural. Why? Because the second noun is considered additional information. So second noun cannot be subject. So you can see this is opposite to principle of proximity. In principle of proximity, verb agrees with the nearest noun. But here, when two nouns are connected with these conjunctions like with, together with, along with, in addition to, as well as, including, except, etc. Remember the concept. It is followed by singular or plural depending on the first noun. If first noun is singular, verb will be singular. If first noun is plural, verb will be plural. So that is what we have to remember here. So keep that in mind. And now let's see our given sentence. In the given sentence, first noun is officer, second noun is the clerks. And these are connected with as well as. Right? So as well as takes the second noun as additional information. That means you cannot consider second noun as subject. So subject is only first noun. First noun is singular. So verb must be singular and pronoun must be singular. Here verb is absented, which is in past tense. In past tense, both singular and plural are same. But here pronoun is in singular or plural, themselves plural, but we require singular. That means it should be himself. I hope it is clear. Right? Now let's see some more examples. The minister, along with his party colleagues, along with his party colleagues became additional information. So the subject is minister. Minister is singular, so has been given a warm reception at his native place. All the people is the subject. Living in the house is, of course, you can take this. All the people living in the house. So it is our subject. Subject is plural or singular? All the people, plural. Including the servant, is it additional information? We should not consider. All the people is plural. So we require plural verb and plural pronoun. Received is in past tense. Their Aadhaar cards. Next, all the players except Shyam. So except Shyam is additional information. Subject is all the players are going to their hometowns. Plural, plural verb, plural pronoun. My father, singular, along with his friends, along with gives additional information. So along with his friends, you should not consider as subject. Now, my father is singular, so singular verb, attends the seminar. So I hope it is clear to you. So guys, as I already mentioned at the beginning, so that will be taken care of. The session 3 which is not been uploaded will be taken care by our technical team. You will get the update soon. Now let's see the next sentence. Is it clear? Any doubt in this? Do you remember this concept? When two nouns are connected by correlative conjunction, they are followed by principle of proximity. That is, the verb agrees with the nearest one. But when two nouns are connected by these conjunctions like with, together with, along with, in addition to, as well as, including, except, etc. Remember, then the second noun becomes additional information. Only the first noun is considered as subject. If first noun is singular, verb must be singular. When verb is singular, pronoun will be singular. If first noun is plural, verb must be plural. When verb is plural, pronoun will be plural. Now let's see the next one. That what cannot be cured must be endured. That what cannot be cured must be endured. Guys, here is a question to you. Answer fast. What is what? My question is, what is what? Try to understand my question. What is what? I'm asking what means what? What means answer? What is the meaning of what? Yes, anyone? No answer from you guys? What is what? Yes, Swapna, Harmeena, Kartikeyan, Balu, anyone? Can anyone answer the question? What is what? Right. So, what means that which? What means that which? Now, if you say that what, if we say that what, the meaning is that, that which. Is that clear? No. Can we say that, that which? It looks absurd. It is redundant to use that. So remove this that. Now the answer is clear. So what means that which? If you say that what, it becomes that, that which is a redundant. So remove that. However, if you ask me, why not that which? Why can't we use that which? You can use, not a problem. But remember, sentences look beautiful only when they are concise and to the point. Rather than making lengthy sentence, we can concise it, right? So you can say, what cannot be cured must be endured. So you can concise. You can also say that which cannot be cured must be endured. However, we want to make it a concise sentence, a short one. So, what cannot be cured must be endured. Now, look at this one. What cannot be broken can be melted. What cannot be spoken may be written on a sheet of paper. What cannot be shown on the screen should be narrated. What cannot be cured must be prevented. Remember, use what or that which. Do not use that what. It is redundant. Now let's see the next. Please tell me more about you. Please tell me more about you. Who has to say? You. About whom? Yourself. See here, the action done and received by the same person. That means here it is reflection. So we require to use a reflective pronoun. So please tell me more about yourself. The first ice-breaking question, the first and ice-breaking question in every interview is tell me about yourself, right? Because who has to say? You. You tell me about yourself. So look at some more examples. She told me about herself. Sneha and Banu narrated about themselves. Aarti has been telling about herself for 30 minutes. Tell me about yourself. Remember this, when action done and received by the same person, that is doer, remember we have to use reflexive pronouns. Right? Now let's see the next one. The earth goes round the sun in 365 days. Can you calculate her speed? Now, did we personify earth here? Is earth personified? No. We are talking about earth and its speed, right? And how it is revolving or rotating around the sun, right? But here we are not at all personified. So when objects are not personified, the objects like earth, moon, etc., sun, earth, moon, etc., come under neuter gender, right? When it is a neuter gender, we have to use neutral pronoun. So the earth goes round the sun in 365 days. Can you calculate its speed? Because here we didn't personify. Look at this. That is common to all. Nature can mesmerize anyone. It is admired by all. The sun is seen in the east now, but in the evening it sets in the west. The river that flows to the west is the major one in India. It is treated as a sacred one. So I hope it is clear to you. So remember, when we didn't personify, it comes under neuter gender, objects of non-living beings. When they are not personified, they come under neuter gender. Only when personified, we can give gender, right? Now look at the next one. The earth treats us as his children, not strangers. The earth treats us as his children, not strangers. Now, did we personify? In the previous example, we discussed here it is not personified. We are treating it in a neuter gender because it has no life. But in the given sentence here, the earth treats us as its children, not strangers. How to know whether it is personified or not? Let me tell you, it's simple. The earth treats. Can a non-living object treat us? If you are sitting on a chair or table or bench or bed, you see, will the chair say to you, "Yaar, come here, sit on me. You're good, cool." Or will it say, "No, you get up, don't sit on me." Will it? No, it cannot because it is non-living being. Point number one. Here it is treating means it got life. Point number two. Can non-living beings have children? Can they have offsprings? No. But here we are saying children. With these 2 points, we can say it is personified, right? When objects are personified, we have to give gender. So we can put either in masculine or feminine. But which objects come under masculine and which objects come under feminine? If you remember, objects noted for strength and violence. Objects noted for strength and violence come under masculine, whereas objects noted for beauty, gentleness, and gracefulness. Beauty, gentleness, and gracefulness come under feminine. Now, earth comes under masculine or feminine. Earth is known for its gentleness, beauty, gracefulness. So, earth obviously comes under feminine. So, we require to use feminine gender. So, replace his with her children. Did you understand the reason here? Thing is, it is personified. How do we know it is personified? Because of these two things. One, treats, two, children. It shows it is personified. When we personify, we give life. When we give life, we can give gender. So here it should be feminine gender. So replace his children with her children. Now look at this one. The ship lost her way. Ship is feminine. The sun with his brilliance shone bright in the sky. The moon hid herself behind the clouds. Moon, feminine. Death has taken away my brother in his chariot. Death is masculine. I hope it is clear, guys. Use appropriate pronouns and make sure you could able to differentiate personified and non-personified objects. Only when personified we give gender. When not personified, all those non-living beings come under neuter gender. We know there are four types of genders in English grammar. One, masculine talks about male persons or animals. Two, feminine talks about female persons or animals. For example, king, queen, man, woman. 3. Common gender talks about either male or female persons or animals. It is not transgender, it is common gender like student, it can be male or female. Teacher can be male or female. Doctor can be male or female. That is common gender. 4. Neuter gender, which talks about all non-living beings, things without life. But when we personify, we can give life to these non-living beings. That is what this story is. Now, let's move on to the next one. Let she do it. Let she do it. Can we say let she do it? See guys, let is a verb. So this is an imperative sentences. We know the types of sentences which we have discussed in our previous classes. In demo session, we have discussed basics. In that we have discussed types of sentences, and imperative is one of the 5 based on the meaning, right? So in imperative sentences, generally there will be no subjects. The subject will be indirect, which is the listener. Now let is verb. We know subject plus verb plus object. So after verb it is object, before verb it is subject. That means remember, let is the verb. That means let is always followed by what pronouns? When let is a verb, let must be always followed by objective case pronoun but not subjective case, because let is a verb here. So let her do it, not let she. Why are you letting him out? Let us discuss it now. Let us, objective case. Let them go to beach. Let them, objective case. Let me explain you in clear terms. Let me, objective case. Will you please let me do it? Let me, objective case. Remember, let is a verb here. After verb, it should be always objective case, and there are three exceptions which we already discussed. Otherwise, it should be always objective case, right? Now, let's see the next one. Again, let's see. That means let us. Get the book and put on the table. Get the book and put on the table. Okay. Get the book is also imperative. Put on the table is another imperative. Get the book. What we have to get? The book. And put on the table. What we have to put? Book only, no? See, the sentence is correct informally, but not formally. In formal sentences, we have to use correct subject, verbs, and object. Here it is imperative, so we will not have subjects. However, we should have verbs and objects, right? So get the book, okay, and put what? The book. So use appropriate pronoun for that. Put it on the table. What you have to put? It. What is it? The book. Understand this? So get the book and put it on the table. That is correct formal sentence. Next, take the remote and keep it in the cupboard. It. What is that it? The remote. Take the pears and throw it in the dustbin. What is that it? The pears. Take off the shoes and keep them on the food stand. What are those? Them shoes. Take this ring and lend it to me when I asked. What is it refers to? This ring. Understand that? So it is correct but not formally. For exams, you require formally. So it is imperative. In imperative sentences, we'll have verb and object, right? So subject is indirectly the listener. So you get the book and you put it on the table. But we do not use subjects in imperative sentences. But verb and object must be used appropriately. So put on the table what? What? The book. So put it on the table. Right? Now let's see the next. Tamanna is a milky beauty. Isn't Tamanna? So I have taken an actress name here, of course. So Tamanna is a milky beauty. Isn't Tamanna? I told you we use after verb also subjective case only in three cases, right? One, verbs with incomplete predication. Two, in if clause imaginary condition. Three, question tags. So here, this is a concept of question tag. It's a concept of question tags. So what are these question tags and how do we make one? So question tags, as the name itself indicates, is a tag part to a sentence. A tag part to a sentence which is in the form of a question. It's a tag part which is in the form of a question. Why do we use it? We use question tags in order to confirm something or in order to get the response from the second person. So, question tags are used in order to confirm something which you told or in order to get some information or response from the second person. So, remember how to make question tags. Generally, question tags are made with the auxiliary verb based on the sentence tense of the sentence, and the pronoun part of the subject. The auxiliary verb, the verb, and the pronoun part of the subject. Here, subject is Tamanna. Verb is. Is can be act as auxiliary verb as well as main verb. Can be either auxiliary verb or main verb. In this given sentence, it is main verb. A milky beauty is object. Now, Tamanna is a milky beauty. How to make question tag? As I told you, question tag goes with the structure of verb plus, that is object, in the sense here object is nothing but subject plus question mark. So verb plus subject plus question mark. Remember, the subject should be in pronoun case. Another thing, if the question tag, like if the sentence is positive, the question tag must be negative. If the sentence is negative, the question tag must be positive. Now, Tamanna is a Milky Beauty. Is it positive or negative? It's positive. That means you require a negative question tag. So is plus not isn't, and we require a pronoun form of the subject. What is the pronoun form of the subject? Is it Tamanna? Tamanna is not pronoun. It is a noun form. So the pronoun is she. So the right answer is Tamanna is a Milky Beauty. Isn't she? Is the correct one. Now look at this one. Roshan was a doctor. Positive. So we require negative. Wasn't he? Kamesh and Ramesh are business partners. Aren't they? Plural. Hima has a laptop. Hasn't she? Kalpana can do it. Can't she? So remember guys, question tags are made with pronoun part of the subject, not the noun form. Right? Now let's see the next. So let me know if you got any questions. You can comment. So the ship lost her way. How personification, ma'am? The ship lost its way. Also correct. No. Kartikeyan, it would be correct only if it is not personified. When it is personified, that means when we give life to non-living objects like the sun, moon, earth, sheep, dirt, etc., they are to be giving some gender. See, a ship. You might have watched some ships. If you didn't, at least you might have watched a Titanic movie. If you watch, once they allowed the passengers to board the ship, they opened the door, and immediately what you see is a beautiful, very beautiful. It looks not like a ship, it looks like a five-star hotel or more than that. The brightness and everything you have, right? It is beautiful. Second thing, whether you dance on it or whether you jump on it, it will not react. It is graceful and it is gentle because iceberg can hit it, right? By taking these 3 points, ship is placed under feminine gender. You're correct. You can use its only when it is not personified. But I wanted to talk with personification. I just take a sentence. But if I want to tell a story about ship, and I'm using with personification. The ship is lonely, the ship is feeling sad, the ship is very energetic today, she is sailing well. See, in such cases, I have to use feminine gender. So, in that way, ship lost her boats in a stormy sea or whatever it is. So, here I personified. Only to show personification, we use her. If it is not personified, you're correct. It should be its. But lost indicates the nature of living beings, not non-living beings. So I personified there. So it's not a case like you should not personify. It's up to the author, it's up to the person who is making a sentence. If you want to give gender for objects which are non-living beings, personify. If you don't want to give gender, if you don't want to give life, do not personify. As simple as that. So in the given sentence, I personified. That's why it is her, not his. Is that clear, Mr. Karthikeyan? So that was your question. I hope it is clear to you. Now let's see the next one. So see this one. I saw myself. I saw myself him stabbing his wife, said the eyewitness to the judge. I saw myself him stabbing his wife, said the eyewitness to the judge. Now, is it giving sense? Who said that? the eyewitness, to judge. Now, what did he say? I saw myself. If he see himself, how can he become the eyewitness? I saw myself. If he see himself, how does he know that he killed his wife? No, then he cannot become eyewitness, right? But he is an eyewitness. We are telling clearly, said the eyewitness to the judge. That means there is something wrong in the usage of reflexive pronoun. See, reflexive pronouns are used only when action is reflected upon the doer himself. But if he see himself, if I saw myself, how can I see others? No, I can't, right? That means the position of this myself is wrong because reflexive pronouns can also act as emphatic pronouns. What I require here is emphatic pronoun to give emphasis to the sentence, not reflexive pronoun. And we know emphatic pronouns are placed before the verb, whereas reflexive pronouns are placed after the verb. So I want to make it as emphatic pronoun and I want to say, I myself saw him. I myself saw him stabbing his wife. Not told by anyone, not shown by someone. See, I myself saw him. Now it is giving us emphasis. No one told me. No one showed me. I saw with my naked eyes. Right? So here I'm giving emphasis for the action. I myself saw him. Right? So remember, emphatic pronouns must be placed before the verb, whereas reflexive pronouns are placed after the verb. And look at this one. The child man himself drove the car, not the driver today. The child man himself drove the car. She herself smashed all the potatoes, not the maid. She herself did it. He himself backed out of that agreement. No one warned him, no one threatened him, no one asked him to back out. He himself did it. The PM himself is present at the airport. No one escorted him, no one asked him to come. He himself present. See, guys, remember emphatic pronouns and reflexive pronouns. Both have same structure. But reflexive pronouns reflects the action upon the doer himself or herself. That means it is placed after the verb. Reflexive pronouns are placed after the verb, whereas emphatic pronouns are used to give emphasis to the action done by the doer. That means object is different. So emphatic pronouns are placed immediately after the subject or before the verb. So that is a basic difference. So that I think is clear. Look at some more examples. She herself did it. No one helped her. I myself escaped from his clutches. No one rescued me. We ourselves wanted to opt out of it. He himself handed over the files to the boss. So again, emphatic pronouns. Look at this one. She blamed herself. Who blamed? She. Whom did she blame? Herself. So reflexive pronouns. He hanged himself. Who hanged? He. Whom did he hang? Did he hang you? Did he hang him? Did he hang me? No. He hanged himself. Again, it is reflexive pronoun. Here they are emphatic pronouns. I hope it is clear. So emphatic pronouns are placed immediately after the subject, that is before the verb. Reflexive pronouns are placed after the verb. That is a basic difference, right? Now let's see the next. Look at some examples here, guys. People starve when he has no money. Why people starve when he has no money? When he has no money, why they starve? He is the one who is feeding them. How can one person can feed everyone? Not possible. That means it is used inappropriately. Your subject is people, plural. Verb is starve, plural. And pronoun should be plural. So people starve when they have no money. Right? Look at this one. Who painted the picture? Myself. You didn't paint yourself, right? So we should use personal pronoun, not reflexive pronoun. Look at this. I have read Shakespeare's works, who was a great dramatist. I have read Shakespeare's works, who was a great dramatist. See, you cannot use Shakespeare's works, even though he's a living being. You can say, I have read Shakespeare, or I have read books of Shakespeare, because who works now? See, the subject of the relative pronoun is its precedent. The precedent is works. Works was a great dramatist. Who is great dramatist? Shakespeare. So you can write the sentence just like this. I have read Shakespeare, or you can say I have read works of Mr. Shakespeare, or I have read books of Shakespeare. Not like this, because here who is there? Relative pronoun subject must be appropriately placed, because the great dramatist. Who did the cat kill? Who did the cat kill? Who is a subjective case pronoun. But who did the cat kill? Is it giving sense? We require objective case pronoun. Whom did the cat kill? Not who did the cat kill. Not the sentence is who killed the cat is okay. But cat killed someone. So we require objective case. Whom did the cat kill? Look at this one. Whom frightened the mouse? Again, whom frightened the mouse? Mouse frightened someone, or someone frightened the mouse? Someone frightened the mouse. So who frightened the mouse? We require subject case. So try to analyze these two sentences and know the difference here. So I hope it is clear to you. Now guys, it's time for you. I'm going to give some sentences and you're the one who is going to answer. So hurry up. Let's see the first sentence for you. My car is more expensive than my brother. My car is more expensive than my brother. Answer this. What is the error? What is the correction? Just give me the correct answer in the comment. So my car is more expensive than my brother. So what it should be? Brothers. Good, Balu. Any other? Brothers. Swapna. Okay, correct. See guys, that is correct, absolutely. There is no wrong in that. Only when you are talking in noun case. But I wanted to give the emphasis to pronoun case. Then how to write that? See, you have to compare two things which are of same type. You cannot compare car with brother. How can we compare car with brother? Is it possible? And I said, my car is more expensive than brother. Is brother is for sale. Can you vote? Can value? No. That means the author wanted to say the comparison between two cars, right? So in that case, you can write it in three ways. In fact, one, as you all mentioned it is my brothers. It is correct because in possession we have talked this in the fifth usage without mentioning the particular noun by giving apostrophe s indicates the same. So my brothers, or you can also say my brother's car. But I'm telling you something different now. So please pay attention and try to understand this. So I'm going to use a pronoun and show the comparison for the car. Like more expensive than, my car is more expensive than that of my brother. My car is more expensive than that of my brother. So what is this that refer to? What are we talking? Car. So my car is more expensive than the car of my brother. So that is a pronoun here. That is a pronoun. So what kind of pronoun it is? It is demonstrative pronoun. So that is acting as demonstrative pronoun, and you can write it in this way also. My car is more expensive than that of my brother. That refers to car of my brother. So you can either use simply my brother's car or my brother's, or even this is also correct. So do remember guys, so you can use any of this in examinations. If you are given in sentence improvements, if it is not given my brother's or my brother's car, but if it is given in this way, please choose this one because that refers to what we are talking about, and of my brother indicates possession, right? Let's see some examples. My book is more expensive than my friend's, or than that of my friend. His watch is costlier than mine. Their dog is more faithful than ours. Your singing is more melodious than Ravi's. I hope it is clear to you. Let's see the next. I and he have taken, I and he have gone to library. I and he have gone to library. Now look at this. I and he have gone to library. What is the error? The second sentence. Please answer this fast. I and he have gone to library. What is the error? What is the correction? Yes, Kartikeyan, you're correct. Any other? See guys, I is first person, right? He is third person. As we discussed the rule for the order, if the sentence is positive, the order is second person, third person, and first person. Here second person is not there, but third and first are there. So it should be he and I have gone to the library. He and I have gone to library. Now look at this. You and I are friends. Third person not there. So second and first. You and I are friends. You, he and I must complete this task. You, he and I must complete this task. So here we have three persons. Second, third and first. He and I were at the party last night. He and I have helped that poor man. They and we are going to shopping. Here we have taken in plural sense. So they and we are going to shopping. So guys, remember the order for positive. For negative, first, second and third. Now let's see the next one. Yes, Swapna, you're also correct. Next sentence. Him and me have already reached home. Answer this. Him and me have already reached home. What is the error? Right, Swapna. So your answer is for, okay. So the answer is same for the previous and the present sentence also, because him and me, these are in objective case, but this is subjective case. So we require subjective case pronouns, hence it should be he and I. He and I have already reached home, because in subjective case we require subjective pronouns, not objective pronouns. My friend and I played charades. I invited him. See, here we require objective case after verb, and her to dinner. Let us plan for a picnic after verb. Let me help you after verb. I hope it is clear. Remember, in subjective case, we require to use subjective case pronouns. In objective case, we require to use objective case pronouns. Before verb, it is generally subjective case. After verb, it is objective case. Now look at the next sentence. Answer this one. Between you and I, he's smart. Answer this sentence. So what is the correct one? Between you and I, he's smart. Do you think the sentence is correct? If it is, answer correct. If it is not, then tell me what is the error. Between you and I, he's smart. You and him, you and him. Why him? Why are we talking about third person? You, here I'm telling you and I. He is a smart person. You and I, he is a smart person. That is what I'm telling. Between you and I. So think again. Kartikeyan and Swapna. I'm talking about here we have second person, we have first person, and then we have third person. Already I told you. See, the concept is with preposition. Here, between is preposition. Remember, the words let, except, between, always followed by objective case pronouns but not subjective case pronouns. They are always followed by objective case pronouns because of the very reason let is a verb, except acts as preposition, between also act as preposition. So we know after preposition it should be always objective case pronoun, not subjective case. So there are two clauses here. One, between you and I. Two, he is smart. In the first clause, we have between, which is a preposition. So both should be in objective case. You objective case is you only, but I objective case is me. So between you and me, he is smart. Do you understand what I told here? Because this is next class. Subject, verb, that is, of course, it's additional information you can take, not object to case though. So whatever it is. So between you and me, not I. Look at this. Between you and him, she's tall. I'm not talking about me. Between you and him, she is tall. I'm bringing other person. Between you and me, he is shy. It is a bit boring between you and me. Keep this secret only between you and me. So remember guys, let, except, between are always followed by objective case because let is a verb. After verb it should be object, whereas except and between are prepositions. After prepositions also remember it should be objective case. We do not use subjective case after preposition. So remember whether it is at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. Excuse me. It should be objective case, not subjective case. I hope it is clear to you guys. If you have any doubt, please let me know. We'll discuss again. Look at the next. In spite of his struggling with life, he achieved success. Answer this one. Excuse me. In spite of his struggling with life, he achieved success. What is the error? Did you remember the concept of gerund? We discussed in basic class, in demo. So please watch again if you didn't watch, because demo we have discussed a lot of basics. So you require to have that knowledge. Here Swapna answered struggling his. So in spite of he struggling his life or struggling his with life. He's struggling. Yes, Swapna, you're right. But why? Let me discuss. See, we know gerund. What is this gerund? Gerund is nothing but V4. V4 is nothing but V1 plus ing. If V1 plus ing acts as noun, it is called gerund. Here, struggling is not taking the part of verb. It is not acting as verb. It is not taking the position of verb. It is here acting as a gerund. So the rule says if there is a pronoun preceded by gerund, if there is any pronoun preceded by a gerund, remember the pronoun must be always in possession. That means it should be a possessive pronoun, right? So what is the possessive pronoun for he? It is his. For she, her. For I, my. So remember this, right? So remember, whenever there is a gerund and the gerund is preceded by a pronoun, that pronoun must be a possessive pronoun, not any kind of pronouns. So don't use personal pronoun. So that is the error. So replace he with his. Do you understand the reason here? So gerund, struggling is gerund, preceded by a pronoun. So the pronoun must be in possessive case. So possessive pronoun for he is his. So in spite of his struggling with life, he achieved success. Is that clear, guys? Yes. Now look at some more examples. I didn't appreciate his returning the car with the gas empty. You asked my car. I have given you. When you used it, it's minimum sense, minimum courtesy to return the car with fuel. You completed the entire fuel and you returned my car. I don't appreciate that. That is what the sense here. So I didn't appreciate his returning. Here the verb is did plus V1, didn't appreciate. So here it is an objective case. Returning is not verb. Returning is gerund. So precedent should be objective case. I didn't appreciate his returning the car with the gas empty. His coming to my birthday party was a nice surprise. I didn't expect his coming. I don't think that he come, but he came. That is a nice surprise. So his coming to my birthday party. His coming is a gerund. So he's coming. I'm excited about Kiran's winning the tournament. Here, winning is gerund. Here we have noun. It may not be a pronoun. It can be a noun also. So even though it is a pronoun or a noun, both must be in possessive case. So Kiran's winning the tournament, not Kiran winning the tournament. Next, she didn't like his standing in front of her. I don't like his standing in front of me. That is what I mean. So standing is gerund, and before that it must be in possessive case. Is that clear, guys? So remember this concept. Before gerund, if there is a noun or a pronoun, both noun and pronoun must be in possessive case. Now look at next one. She applied for maternity leave. Answer this. She applied for maternity leave. What is the error here? So already discussed. So we are applying, guys. You have to apply the theory part which we have discussed. Application is what you have to do in your exams. So mind that. She applied for maternity leave. Anyone? See, I have given you some list of verbs which are followed by reflexive pronouns. Some list of verbs which are not followed by reflexive pronouns, right? See, apply is in the list of verbs which are followed or not followed? Followed by reflexive pronouns, right? So we have to use a reflexive pronoun here. She applied herself for maternity leave because apply is followed by reflexive pronoun. Look at these examples. Yes, Swapna, you're right. She applied herself for maternity leave is the correct one. We availed ourselves of the opportunity. Avail also take reflexive pronoun. He resigned himself from the job. So resign also take reflexive pronoun. They enjoyed themselves during the vacation. So here avail, apply, resign, enjoy. There are other verbs like equate, etc. are generally followed by reflexive pronouns when they used reflexively. So she applied herself for the maternity leave. Now look at this. Either of the two boys are present today. Try to answer this one. Either of the two boys are present today. Yes, good. Kartikeyan, you're right. Why? Answer it why. So try to give explanation because it makes you knowledgeable to apply for the next time. Why? Why we require is? Swapna answered both. No, Swapna. So Kartikeyan, your answer is correct. Can you tell me why? Why we require is? Singular. Exactly. You're right, Kartikeyan. Good. See, either of the two boys. We discussed either, neither, each, every, any, none. These are distributive pronouns. And either means one of two. So one of two, that means our subject is one. That means we require singular verb. So either of the two boys is present today. That means out of two, only one is present today. Any of his five friends, he has five friends. Any of his five friends, that means one of five, will come to his rescue. Either of the two cousins, one of the two, takes up his father's business. None of the dresses suited her choice. Neither of the two books is available here. Neither, 0 of 2. So do remember the concept and do apply. Well done, guys. So now let's see the next sentence. The standard of the students are not up to the mark. The standard of the students are not up to the mark. Try to answer this one. Good, Swapna, you're correct. So standard of the students is because why? Why is? Why not are? Yes, Kartikeyan, you're also correct. But why is? Why not are? Yes, guys, why is? Why not are? Telling about standard, not students. Exactly, Kartikeyan, you got the point. So here our subject is standard, not students. Standard of the students is additional information. We are talking about the additional information. Who standard? Students, right? So here standard is uncountable noun. All uncountable nouns are singular. So we require to use singular verb and singular pronoun if pronoun is there. The standard is not up to the mark. Whose standard? The standard of the students. Now look at this one. The quality of the food is poor. Subject is quality. So is. The pollution in the cities is more than that of villages. You see, I use than that of to indicate pollution of. The furniture of the house looks elegant. Furniture, uncountable. So singular. So singular verb. The news is fake and must not be circulated. So here the subject is news. News is singular. So try to identify the correct subjects. And then it works well to identify and make the sentence correct with correct verb and pronoun. Now let's see the next one. The man whom I met yesterday is a famous writer. Give me answer with explanation. The man whom I met yesterday is a famous writer. Yes, Swapna, you are right for the previous one. Um, It's abstract and it's uncountable. Now answer this one. Excuse me. Yesterday, so was. No. There are two clauses here. Try again. The man whom I met yesterday is one class. Is a famous writer. Who is famous writer? The man. So the man is applicable for both. So there are two classes here. This is one class. The other is other class. So anyone? So just look at pronoun part. Where is the pronoun? And what pronoun did we use? And what should be the correct pronoun? Uh, he is he is a. Okay, you want me to put he. Yeah, Kartikeyan, you got it. You're right. So here, whom is a pronoun, right? So what type of pronoun? Relative pronoun. So we discussed relative pronoun and we understood that who is for persons, whom is also for persons. But the difference between who and whom is who is for subjective case, whom is for objective case. Do you understand that? So who is for subjective case, whom is for objective case. So the right answer is the man who I met yesterday is a famous writer, not was. He's there still. He now died. Okay, I met him yesterday only. So remember, if you want to use an objective case, like we discussed some examples, whom did the cat threaten? That is correct. And like who killed the rat? Who killed the rat? Here I am asking who killed the rat? Subjective case. Whom did the cat kill? See here, whom did the cat kill? The cat killed the rat. So here, whom is in objective case. Who is subjective case? We require here subjective case, not objective case. So I hope it is clear to you. Right, Kartikeyan? Now let's see the next one. The profit of this year is less than last year. The profit of this year is less than last year. Now answer this one. The profit of this year is less than last year. Answer with explanation, guys. What do you find is error here? Good. Than that of last year. You're correct, Kartikeyan. I appreciate your quickness and yeah, you're good with explanation too. So, but what is the explanation? Yes, Swapna, less than the last year. No, Swapna, not that one. We wanted to give possession. The profit of this year is Less than what? Less than what? Last year. Last year what? Last year's profit. Right? So we have to write it in that way. So less than last year's is also okay. But I told you another way to write. That is less than that of last year. Right? So you might have remembered my car is more expensive than that of my brother. In the same way, the profit of this year is less than that of last year. Right? Look at some more examples. My friend is smarter than, you can use in possession or than, let me go with possession. My cousin. My friend is smarter than my cousin. Here, I'm not talking about the possession of something. Here, I'm talking about the possession, profit of. Try to understand the difference. Here, I'm not talking about possession. I simply said, my friend is smarter than my cousin. But if I wanted to go with possession, look at this. My friends, now I'm giving possession. My friends' school or college is better than my cousin's school, or better than that of my cousin. So did you understand the difference here? My friend's school is better than that of my cousin or my cousins. So here we are giving possession, hence that will come. Here there is no possession. Simply we are talking about the quality of two. Then no possession. Right? Now let's see the next one. Right? Answer this one, guys. The function of education is to create such human beings who are integrated and therefore intelligent. Try to answer this. Yes, the function of education is to create such human beings who are integrated and therefore intelligent. So try to divide the sentence, identify subject, verb, object, and try to learn what is the error. I'll be giving you a clue if you want. I will give a cue for you. The error is with the usage of pronoun. So identify the pronoun. Kartikeyan mentioned whom, but where I have to, okay. Whom are, no, we are in subject to case, right? Who are, not whom are. Subject to case, who are integrated. How many pronouns are there in this sentence? And identify what is the error with each of the pronoun. So there is more than one here. Yes, hurry up, guys. the function of the education. Here the subject is function, singular. So singular verb, okay, correct. Is to create, okay, such human beings who are human beings. Subject of relative pronoun is president. President is plural, human beings. So are correct, integrated, and therefore intelligent. See, what are the pronouns here? One is relative pronoun who human beings. Human beings plural are. The other pronoun is here such. Such is what kind of pronoun? Such is demonstrative pronoun, right? So we have 5 demonstrative pronouns: this, that, these, those, and such. Here, the function of education is to create such human beings. What are those such refer to? Therefore, as well as to, no idea. Okay. So listen, guys. So here, such refer to whom? Any people are there already existed? No. Here there is no such. We are not mentioning such. So we have to replace such with a plural pronoun, which is also a demonstrative pronoun, and I use those. The function of education is to create those human beings, not these, it means people. Those human beings who are integrated and therefore intelligent. I hope it is clear. Such refer to particular, which is already there. We are not particularizing. We are generally stating the function of education. The function of education is to create those human beings who are those who are integrated and therefore intelligent. So we can't use these because again we cannot put something which are close to us. Those refer to everyone here. That is the sense here. I hope it is clear, guys. So we have 5 demonstrative pronouns. And we discussed all the 5. This, that, these, those, and such. Such indicate a particular character or person in comparison. Whereas this and that for singular, these and those for plural, this and these indicate something which are close to our hand, that and those are indicate something which are far away. So remember, we are not indicating the comparison with some other. We're simply saying in a general statement. So replace such with those. Now let's say the next. Myself and Jigger will come to the party. It is simple. I guess you'll answer it very quickly. Myself and Jigo will come to the party. So what is the error here? Yes, guys, quick. Myself and Jigo. Can we say myself and Jigo? Yes, Karthikeyan, you're correct. See, first person, third person. That is one thing. Myself. Can we use reflexive pronouns in the case of subject? No, we have to use personal pronouns. So the order is second person, third person, and first person. So Jigger and I. So remember the positive sentence, singular. The order is second person, third person, and first person, right? So second person not there, third person Jigger, first person I. If it is negative for singular, the order is first person, second person, and third person. So we require positive. Jigar and I will come to the party. Yes, Swapna. No, again, not I and Jigar. It should be Jigar and I. Remember this. So this is the order. Remember this order. So according to the order, we require to put third person first, next first person, as there is no second person. So do not forget the orders, guys. This is also matter. Not only this, you also required to put the order. I hope it is clear. So Jigar and I. Now look at the next. Each of the girl was given a bouquet of flowers. So answer this one. Each of the girl was given a bouquet of flowers. We discussed this in nouns also. Yes, Kartikeyan, you are correct. It is girls. Why? Why? Why it should be girls? Anyone? Why it should be girls? Right. So let me talk about that. So if you remember, in nouns, I told you one of, each of, every of, either of, neither of, some of, many of, etc. So they always take noun in plural because we are discussing one of many. We are talking about each, one at a time, of many, and every, one at a time, of many. But the verb depends on the actual subject. The actual subject is one, each, every, either, neither, some. So here the verb refers to one, singular. Here it refers to each, one at a time, singular. Every, one at a time, singular. Either, one at a time, singular. Neither, one at a time, singular. Some, plural. Right? In this rule, here you can see each of the, no, each of the, take plural. So replace girl with girls. So each of the girls was given a bouquet of flowers. I hope it is clear, guys. Now let's see the next one. Yes, Kartikeyan, one of two, not one of two, two or more than one, each at a time. Next. Gandhiji taught us that one must respect the religions of others as much as his own. So try to answer this one, guys. Gandhiji taught us that, what did he teach? One must respect the religions of others as much as his own. So guys, no answers from you. Gandhiji taught us. So Gandhiji, subject, taught verb as object, that one must respect the religions of others as much as his own. Who is that his? We told one must respect. One refers to anyone or everyone. Then who is this his? That is incorrect, right? It should be replaced with one's own. Did you remember the first sentence we discussed? One should respect one's country, right? Because subject is one. Who is that one? Anyone or everyone. So one should respect one's country. In the same way, one must respect the religions of others as much as his own. That means here one's own. So one must respect religion of others as much as one's own. So remember this, guys. One should respect one's country. So much as can be ignored. No, no Kartikeyan. Religion of, no, there are many religions, right? So we are talking about plural sense. So the concept is here. So one, I told you, whenever we have one in subjective case, the same one should be there in objective case. Another example, one should look after one's parents. Understand? One should look after one's parents. I should look after my parents. What do you mean by look after, guys, by the way? Take care of. Look after means take care of. So one should look after one's parents. Who is that one? You or he or she or I. It can be anyone, right? So when one is there in subjective case, same one should be there in objective case. So that is the rule. So I hope you got this. Let's move on to the next. They who are wise should guide the generations to come. So try to understand this. They who are wise should guide the generations to come. So try to answer this one. So try to identify first what the subject, verb, object, and what are the pronouns and what is the correct one to use. Yes, anyone? They who are wise should guide the generations to come. It doesn't sound good, right? So what is the error? Who are wise? You can say they are wise. That's okay. But some more information is there, no? You can say they should guide. But here we are linking two different things. They who are wise is inappropriate. We require plural, but not they. Again, we are not referring to someone who are close. It's a generalized statement. In generalized statement, we use those who are wise should guide the generations to come. Did you understand the previous example we have seen before with those, right? Same thing here also. The function of education is, do you remember that? Same here. So those who are wise should guide the generations to come, not they who are wise should guide. It's not giving sense at all. So generalize the statement, plural, so those. Now look at the next one. Would you mind him coming to the party with me? So try to answer this one. Would you mind him coming to the party with me? Anyone, guys? Swapna, you are near to the answer but not clear. Is it he? No. You're near. Just think again. So what is coming there? What's the parts of speech of coming? So it is not he, but his. Because coming is gerund. We have already discussed that when there is a gerund in a sentence and that gerund is preceded by a noun or a pronoun, that noun or a pronoun must be a possessive one. That noun or a pronoun must be a possessive one. So we require possessive, not objective. Would you mind his coming to the party with me? Did you understand that? So remember this one. Gerund, when preceded by a noun or a pronoun, they must be in possessive case. So not he also, it should be his coming. Gerund is there. Now look at the next one. None of the two students participated in the competition. None of the two students participated in the competition. So what is the error here? Yes, guys, quick. None of the two students participated in the competition. See, how many students do we have? How many students? Two. For two students, can we use none? No. Students are. No, Swapna. Here, how many students are there? Two students. So we know each, every, either, neither, any, none. Right? Each is used for how many? Two or more than two. Every is used for more than two but not two. Either is used for two to indicate one of two. Neither is used for two to indicate zero of two. Any is used for more than two. None is used for more than two but not two. But here we have only two and we are talking in negative sense. None is for negative, right? So Kartikeyan has mentioned no students. No, Kartikeyan. So here two students are there. So my sense is not even one of those two. So replace none with neither. Remember this, guys. So neither is used for 0 of 2. Here only 2 are there. More than 2 we use none. But here only 2 are there. So we cannot use none. We have to use neither. Neither of the two students participated in the competition. 2 are there. Neither. 1 also not participated. Now look at the next. Was it him who got injured in the accident? Was it him who got injured in the accident? Try to answer this. Was it him who got injured in the accident? See, who is the relative pronoun? The subject of the relative pronoun is its precedent. So, remember, was it? It is subject. You can see here, verb of incomplete predicament. It is, it was, he, it is she, like that. Was it? We require subject to case. Was it he who got injured in the accident? So remember, we require subject to case pronoun because we require subject. Was it he? Yes, Swapna, you're right. So, was it he who got injured in the accident? Is it she who won the prize? See, are they going to library? Here, after verb we used subject to case because it is in a question. Here after it, is it, we are using she because we require subject to case. Relative pronoun is there and this is incomplete predicament. So try to understand these two. So they are not same. Here it is in question. Of course, this is also question, but here it is incomplete predicament. So requires subject to case. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next. She was informed that every one of them were aware of the fact. She was informed that every one of them were aware of the fact. So what is the error? So look at the next one, guys. She was informed, subject, verb, object, that every one of them, again, subject, verb, aware of the fact, object. So what is the error here? So singular, singular, okay. Here, that is a conjunction, relative pronoun, or you can take it as a conjunction here. Now, look at this. Every one of them. Every one of them. Is it singular or plural? Each, every, either, neither, any, none. Remember, indicate one at a time. So every one of them. So many are there, every one at a time. That means we require singular. So was aware. So remember guys, we are seeing number of examples with this distributive pronouns. In different ways we are getting the questions. We're facing questions in different ways. Once in verb part, once in the pronoun usage, once in the number. So look at that. So distributive pronouns indicate one at a time. right? So use only singular verb. Now let's see the next. This project would encourage development and enable every villager to govern their own destiny. This project would encourage development and enable every villager to govern their own destiny. So what is there here? So this project would encourage development and enable every villager to govern their own destiny. So what is error here? So again, we have every villager. Every distributive pronoun requires singular verb and singular pronoun. So every villager to govern his own destiny, because every indicates one at a time. So guys, remember, we're required to use singular verb and singular pronoun. So replace there with his. Now look at the next. Among the boys and girls, 8 boys love each other while 2 girls hate each other. So what is the error? Answer it quick. Among the boys and girls, 8 boys love each other while 2 girls hate each other. Remember the concept of reciprocal pronouns. Reciprocal pronouns. So how many reciprocal pronouns do we have? And what are their usage? So among the boys and girls, 8 boys love each other while 2 girls hate each other. Quick guys. So we have only 2 reciprocal pronouns. One, each other. 2, one another. Right? So each other is used for only 2. One another is used for more than 2. So 8 boys means how many? So Kartikeyan answered themselves. No Kartikeyan. So Swapna, hate one another. No. 2 girls. Both are incorrect, guys. So remember, so 8 boys more than 2. That means here we require one another. Next, 2 girls. So 2 each other. Here it is correct, but there it is incorrect because 8. So remember, only 2 reciprocal pronouns we have. Each other, one another. Made for each other because only 2, not one another, right? So remember that concept. Now look at the next one. You should always avail of this golden opportunity. We discussed the same kind, so answer this quick. We should always avail of this golden opportunity. What is error? Yes, Karthikeyan, one another is correct. Now answer this one. You should always avail of this golden opportunity. So you should remember the verbs and reflexive pronouns. So I have given you the list of verbs like absent, acquit, enjoy, overreach, avail, etc. They generally take, yes, Karthikeyan, you're right, reflexive pronouns. So you should always avail yourself of this golden opportunity, right? Now let's see the next. None of the 2 questions is correct, so I was unable to solve them. Now try to answer this. None of the 2 questions is correct. So I was unable to solve them. We have already discussed this. Yes, Kartikeyan, you're correct. There are two questions. Two, can we use none? No. So replace none with neither. Because two means you can use either or neither. Either is for positive, neither is for negative. Now look at the next one. Every woman in the world hoped that they would be healthy. Every woman in the world hoped that they would be healthy. Now, try to answer this one. Identify subject, verb, and object and check with the numbers and pronoun usage. Yes, Swapna also correct with neither of. Now, try to answer this, guys. Every woman in the world hoped that they would be healthy. Yes, guys, quick. Yes, Kartikeyan. She instead of they, since every. See, every woman, singular one, in the world hoped that here it should be singular. So, she. You're correct. Now, let's see the next. So, look at this one. Neither the officer nor the assistant was able to do their work. So, neither the officer nor the assistant was able to do their work. So, try to answer this. So, already we have discussed this today. So, try to apply the same. Fast, guys. Neither the officer nor the assistant was able to do their work. Were, Swapna, correct. You are right, Swapna. Neither nor. Correlative conjunction. Pair is correct? Yes, it is correct. Followed by the same parts of speech, neither the officer, correct, nor the assistant. So, correct. So, Swapna, you are incorrect. We are since two articles. Uh, Okay, let me explain you. So Swapna, you also pay attention here. So neither the officer nor the assistant. So first one is pair. Correct. The pair is correct. Neither nor. Exactly. Next, same parts of speech are not. Neither followed by noun officer, nor followed by noun assistant. Now, two nouns, noun one, noun two, are connected by singular officer, singular assistant. So verb must be singular and pronoun must be singular because verb agrees with the nearest noun. So the officer is singular, assistant is singular, bus is singular, but here pronoun is plural. So replace that with singular. His work. I hope it is clear. So it should be his work. Now let us see one more sentence as the last sentence for today and for pronouns. My mother does not like me sleeping most of the time in a day. My mother does not like me sleeping most of the time in a day. So what is the error here? Quick guys. This is the last sentence for today. So my mother does not like me sleeping most of the time in a day. My mother, singular, does not like Me sleeping most of the time in a day. So anyone? So guys, remember sleeping is a gerund. So the precedent of gerund here what we have is a pronoun. So the pronoun I told you the precedent of gerund if there is a pronoun or a noun that must be a possessive pronoun, right? So you have to replace me with my sleeping. Would you mind my coming to the party? Would you mind his coming to the party? Same way, my mother does not. Mother is singular, so singular verb does not like my sleeping. It should be my sleeping most of the time in a day. I hope it is clear, guys. So, me, you have given like since other singular. So, me while no. So, those are incorrect, guys. So, it should be my sleeping because remember the rule. Gerund preceded by pronoun or a noun must be in possessive case. So, that's the